this week's vlog. I am so excited to share this week with you, and I've missed you. Last week you would have seen a what I wore in a week video most likely, because I hadn't got a weekly vlog filmed for last week because there's been so much stuff going on behind the scenes. So I popped that video in there which I'd filmed before just to show you the outfits over a week, so I hope that was okay. I really do like to have a video for you guys every Sunday, but it just wasn't possible to do like a proper weekly vlog last week, but we're back and I really hope you enjoy this one. If you are returning, then thank you so much for coming back, and if you're new here and you've clicked on this video, then hi and welcome. My name's Belle and I do lots of fashion videos, lifestyle videos and beauty as well, so I hope you will stick around. So this week is actually really exciting. I'm starting the week on Wednesday, hump day, but basically I have got a 4-day week because we've got the bank holiday weekend. Apologies about the noise in the background, I'll explain that in a second. But yeah, we have the bank holiday weekend, so I'm going to be vlogging over like a few days. There's a couple of bits I wanted to show you today, and we're actually going to go to Bicester Village on Sunday, so I'm so excited to take you with me for that. I know that Bicester Village can be a little bit funny with filming, but I'm hoping to show you as much as I can, and obviously anything that I buy I'll share with you there as well. But I've got some things to share with you this morning, which is why I picked up the camera. But I hope you're doing really well, and yeah, you're all good and you're having a lovely week. If you've got some time off over Easter, I hope that you've got some nice plans, or you just put your feet up and enjoy it, or whatever it is you're doing. Let me know how you are in the comments. And oh, I also just wanted to say thank you because I reached 1,000 subscribers last week, and that was just amazing. When I started this YouTube channel in November of 2024, obviously it is a hobby to me and everything, but like I couldn't believe I reached 1,000 subscribers, and one of you popped on there comment, oh, nearly 1,000 subscribers, and it's like, yes, I am nearly there, I can't believe it. But yeah, it just feels amazing, like it's my little YouTube family, and I just love it so much. So yeah, thank you if you're one of my lovely subscribers. Oh my gosh, I will take you somewhere else because of that noise, but essentially I spilt tea all over my bright white bedding, which went right through to the duvet and below, so it's in the wash, and I'm probably gonna have to do a few wash cycles on it. Let's move. Hopefully that's a bit better. But yeah, basically I wanted to show you this because I got this from Selfridges, it was from Selfridges, and it's the new colour Stanley Cup. It's the cherry blossom one. So at the moment I've got like a light pink one and a very small, it's not very small, but it's a smaller version in the cream. And basically late at night I was doing like a scroll through my phone, and this came up and was served to me on my ads, shall we say, and I was like, oh, that looks so pretty. And before I knew it, I'd bought her. But yeah, I just love the colour. It's so kind of like, I don't know, Barbie. The pink is beautiful. It's got like the purple on the lid, and yeah, I love this. And I love taking this to the gym. Like, it really, really cheers me up. I think anything kind of this kind of cherry pink colour is just very cheering. But yes, I will take you upstairs because there's a couple of makeup bits new in that I want to show you. I want to show you some new in from Primark, H&M. Yeah, there's a few bits that I've been buying that I want to go through with you today. Okay, so the first new homey sort of thing is this. This is from the White Company, and it is the Seychelles candle, and I've got it on the plate. If I can, I'll link these items for you guys. But the smell of this is so beautiful. It's like being on a beach in the Seychelles, which I guess is what they were trying to achieve. But it is just so lovely, and I love the neutral aesthetic of it on the table and everything. That's the colour of Stanley that I've got at the moment. And then we got these baskets. I can't remember if I've showed you these, but they're just so cute. So we got these from B&M, and they are for Easter. So we've popped a little Easter bunny in each. They did have actually extra chocolate eggs in them, but I've eaten mine and Simon's eaten his because we have absolutely zero self-control. And then this is my Easter egg. I appreciate Easter will have gone, but I'll show you anyway before we demolish them. So I've got the chocolate croissant egg, which is from Waitrose, and it is rich blonde chocolate drizzled with milk chocolate and sprinkled with crunchy chocolate crumbs. And then Simon went for this one, which is the dark chocolate and Scottish raspberry truffles egg, which looks absolutely unreal. So yeah, I thought I'd show you what we got for Easter for each other. We kind of got each other the same but different things that we wanted, which is so cute. Might decorate a little bit more for Easter just with some flowers and things like that. But yeah, really excited for the Easter weekend. Like, we haven't got huge plans of family or anything. We're just spending it together, but we are going to be, as I say, going to Bicester Village on Easter Sunday. We're going to go to church on Friday. And then on Saturday, I've got my hair weft being done at the salon. So I can take you for that. My hair extension's being refitted. And then on a Monday, I expect we'll just have like a rest and recoup day. But yeah, this morning, I really want to show you this makeup because when we went to do a little shopping trip the other day, last weekend, we picked up a few bits. And one of the things that I really wanted was an eyeshadow palette. Because, sorry about all the mess here, but I'm like in the middle of getting ready. One of the things that I really wanted was an eyeshadow palette. I actually don't own a single eyeshadow palette. I don't own a single eyeshadow, believe it or not. I just tend to use my bronzer if I want a bit of something on my eye. So yeah, when I was younger in my 20s, I used to always buy eyeshadow palettes like all the time. It was like a bit of an obsession, but I haven't. And so I wanted to see what I wanted. And I heard that the Prada Beauty eyeshadow palettes are like kind of the creme de la creme because they have like a really pigmented shadow, very easy to apply, and kind of like a powder cream formula. So I went to Selfridges, I went to the Prada Beauty counter. The woman in there, like, who was working, she was so lovely, and she let me look at all the different palettes and she let me try them on my hand. She asked if I wanted to try them on my eyes, and I ended up going for one. But let me show you how she packaged this for me because I did not expect this. So this is the bag it came in. I mean, how stunning is that? Like, I'm keeping this bag forever on display. It is the most beautiful thing with all the florals, Prada logo, and then it's got these green ribbon handles. So that was stunning in itself. And then she put loads of samples in here of like Prada perfumes. So the one that she put in was the Iris one. She put lots of the Iris, it's the same fragrance, but like about five ones. It was Infusion D'iris. Sorry if I'm butchering that. Just going to focus. It's a lovely fresh floral scent, really beautiful. And the bottles, if you do buy the actual fragrance, look like this, which is just so stunning. And then she even put some samples in for Simon, my husband, and it was Prada Ocean. So yeah, she popped some samples in for him, which was really sweet. But this is the one that I chose. So I kept the packaging just to show you, and it is refillable as well, so you can keep the outside and then just buy the refill eyeshadows. But I can't say this is something that I'll ever get through, to be honest, because I don't wear eyeshadow that often. But when I want to do a more dressy look or just add a bit of dimension to my face, to my eyes, I'm really missing something like this. Now this was expensive. It was £67, so definitely an investment and a bougie luxury buy. But this is what it looks like. I'll try and show you without, because it's like, you'll see the camera properly because it's like a mirror, but it's mirrored on the front, and then you've got like the Prada logo embossed, and then it's like gold all over the packaging, and then it's got Prada embossed on the front. And then I went for these colours. So I went through a lot of colours. You've got a mirror in there if you want to take it out on the go with you. And then I'll just hold those in. But then you get these colours. So this is in the colour Pansy. I will link the exact one for you below. But I would recommend, if you are around a Prada Beauty in a department store, to actually get it from there if you wanted to, rather than online, because then you get the whole experience and the beautiful bag and everything and the samples. So yeah, you've got this kind of like rich, deep burgundy-ish colour, and then, or maybe sort of a deep terracotta actually, and then you've got this kind of like nice rosy beige. This one is actually very much a gold glitter, and then this is a deep brown. So I'm going to apply it with you today so you can see what it looks like on, because it's stunning. And then you get the two little brushes, but you get like the kind of standard one, and then you get one that's more of an actual brush if you are having it on the go. It's really beautiful. I've tried it once already and I loved the look of it. And yeah, as I say, we'll do it together. But yeah, really, really impressive Prada Beauty. I don't think I'll be buying it regularly because it's too expensive. But I think actually that is a pretty standard price apparently now for eyeshadow palettes. But I was like, oh God, why she told me the price? But I was too far gone by that point. So yes, beautiful eyeshadow palette, which we'll do together. And then I also got these bits from Primark, which I'm going to show you in the vlog, and also something else from Selfridges, which I will also show you in the vlog today. So let's do the eyeshadow. Okay, so Simon and I are actually going to the gym this afternoon. It's like a really windy, kind of quite cold day. I've even had to put the heating on the last couple of days, which is absolutely crazy in April. But so I'm just wearing leggings because yeah, the gym has not been going so well, I'll be honest with you guys. We didn't go all of last week because, actually let me bring you down here. We didn't go all of last week because I had my COVID booster on the Monday of last week, which knocked me for 6. And then I'm now entering into my sort of like, I say cycle loosely because a lot of you guys will know, if you've seen like previous video and stuff, like I'm going through like perimenopause, so my cycle is all over the place. However, I'm still tracking it, and according to my sort of tracker, which I'm using this ultra human ring to like track my movement, steps, sleep, cycle, all those things. And according to this, I'm entering into like the last stage of your cycle, my cycle, which is around 8 weeks long, so it's not a normal cycle, where my hormone levels are changing, my mood's shifting, like I'm feeling extra tired, and I felt pretty wiped out. So like last night, for example, we were supposed to go to the gym and Pilates. We didn't end up going because I was too tired, and we had McDonald's instead and watched Married at First Sight Australia. But yeah, anyway, never mind. It's that's done now. I'm trying not to dwell too much on, you know, stuff like that, because I just sometimes have to lean into what your body wants, which is not ideal to feed it with McDonald's. But anyway, so we had that, which was lovely, and I tried the new apple shortcake. Is it apple shortcake? Yeah, it's like the Minecraft McFlurry, which was really delicious. And I had the barbecue chicken smokehouse burger, which is so good if you haven't tried it. So yeah, we did that instead. So we haven't been for a while, and but we're hoping to go back tonight. So Simon was like, if you get your gym stuff on, obviously I'm not going to put a gym top on because they're quite compressive, but I've got my gym leggings on from, these are my Halara ones. If you get those on, you'll feel more in the mindset by the time sort of he gets home, because we can't go tomorrow because he's working late, but we could potentially go Friday and stuff. So yeah, just trying to do it sort of as and when we can, and I'm not trying to put too much pressure on myself, because the other thing is with the gym is because of my health condition, it's really sometimes knocking me for 6, even if I don't do much. Like I feel like I can't physically move the next day, which is not ideal when you have like a 9 to 5 and other things to be doing. So I just need to be a little bit more careful with it. I think I have sort of gradually been building stuff and doing different things in the gym, and with the help of a trainer, physio, etc. Like there's lots going on to help me, but even so, like the pain, like the heart rhythm, there's lots of things going on in my body which aren't ideal because of I've changed that element of my lifestyle. So yeah, long-winded way of saying is I need to take it slower and easier in the gym. And the other thing is, I don't know if anyone else has this, like obviously if you're a gym goer, but like it makes me absolutely starving, and then I'm not eating well, like I'm eating rubbish because I'm hungry. So I need to kind of try and figure out how to maybe do some meal prep or prepare some healthy snacks so that I'm not just eating rubbish in the house when I'm hungry. I'm eating like good nourishing food. So it's all a bit of a journey. But let's do this eyeshadow. So I'm going to show you how easy it is, because I'm not good at makeup. I'm I think I'm okay at makeup, but I'm not good at eyeshadow. And normally, as I say, just put a bit of bronzer on my lids. So but I'm going to show you with this palette how easy it is. So the first thing I'll do, I haven't primed my lids or anything, they're just as they are. But I'm going to get this brush. Actually, it's a few brushes I'm using, so I'll show you the ones. I'm using this fluffy brush, which is just from, I don't know where I even got this from, it's really old, but clean. And then I've got this one from Real Techniques, which I got in like a set, which I showed you guys on a vlog. It's like it's called a shading brush, and it was a big set of like brushes from Real Techniques, which I can actually link because I think they do it on Amazon. And then again from this range, Japonesque, I think. I've got this like sort of very small dense brush. So the first thing I do is go in with this shade here, which is the middle one, which is going to be forming like my whole base. I'm just dabbing it in there, tapping off the excess, and then just going in. And the colour payoff, I mean, I've barely got anything on there. It's so amazing. So I'm just going over my lid and then just going over the crease like that. And then as I get towards the outer edge, I'm just sort of going up so that all of my eyeshadow, I'm trying to lift it up to meet the tail of my brow, which is just creating more of a lifted look once the look is finished, because it's like sort of do my makeup to create more of a lifted, sculpted look to my face, like obviously with being a bit older now and skin aging and stuff. So that's what I'm doing. I just think that's a more flattering effect anyway, just to create a more lifted look. I love these colours, they're so nice, but obviously they've got lots of palettes, so you'd need to have a look maybe and see what ones suit your skin tone. So once that's blended in, I've then taken that flat brush and I'm then going in with this darker colour here. And again, just going in like that and then tapping off. And I'm then just going into the crease and just running that along the crease. Just like that. And I just keep going back and forth just to deposit the colour, make sure it's nice and blended. But what I'm also doing is taking it down into the corner. So just going across like that. Sorry if this isn't very good. Probably better off watching an actual makeup artist, but this is what I've found works, and it is also really easy for me and someone who's not very good at doing eye makeup. Bring it down to the corner and again bring it slightly up to meet the tail like that. We're going to blend it all together so it won't look so harsh. And then I'm going to take the dense smaller brush and I'm going to run it on the top into this reddy colour, which the makeup artist at Prada said this is the most pigmented colour. Tap that off and I'm just going to add that into the very corner of my eye and then bring it over the top and under. So basically I'm just depositing it here in the very corner. But then bring it into the crease and then under my eye. Like so. And then, as that looks a bit messy at the moment, take your fluffy blending brush and just blend it all together. So I start at the crease, move into the sort of middle of your eye and then brush out. Any makeup artists watching this are probably going to be like, what the are you doing? Because this is not how you apply eyeshadow. So I'm really sorry about that, but I'm no expert. But when I finish this look, I think it does look okay. So you're just using all the colours in the palette, which I think is really handy. And then the final thing I've done, so it's all blended together, is take my little finger and then just smudge it into like the glittery shade, which is this one. And then I've just patted that over the top. It's got this almost like chrome effect to it, if you can just see. So it's really pretty. And then again, just blend that over with that brush, just so it's all blended nicely together. Just so there's no harsh lines. And then you can add a bit more glitter and stuff if you want to, for example, if maybe it's a night out or something. But literally, that's the eye look. And if I look like from that one compared to that one, I just think it adds so much more dimension, like a pretty colour to the eye. And it really kind of makes your eye pop, especially when we do the next stage, which is to add mascara. But I think you could also add eyeliner. I've not done that, but I might try that actually. Just add a little bit of eyeliner just like along the lash line and under, just to see if that emphasizes it a bit more, which is this kind of like, what would you call that? It's like a coppery bronze colour. These are really affordable. They're like £5. They're my favourite eyeliners. So I'm just going to run that along the very base of the lashes. I think that'll blend quite nicely with this palette. Yeah. And then you could do a little flick up if you wanted to as well. And then just underneath. Like so. So I've barely done any. It's just to add a little bit more definition. Then I'm taking my mascara. This is the Hourglass Unlocked Instant Extensions Mascara, which is like this, which is lovely. I went to Hourglass actually because I really want to get the palettes. You can get like volume 1, 2 and 3, and it's kind of like a bronzer highlight palette, and I wasn't sure between number 2 and number 3. And the girl in there was absolutely lovely. This was in Selfridges, Birmingham, and she matched me up to volume 2, which would give me kind of like more dimension to my face, a nice bronze highlight and luminosity. So yeah, I'm definitely going to get that at some point, but I think it's going to be like a Christmas list type thing because I've got other powders and stuff and it's not like essential. Okay, so that's with mascara. So I just think it adds a nice, compared to the other eye, it just really lifts it, makes it look nice and has a lot of dimension. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just going to do the other eye and then I will come back to you. Okay guys, so having a little break, had a little matcha. So I'm going to show you the stuff from Primark and Selfridges that I promised. So let's start with Primark. So yeah, we went there last week, I think, or the week before, in the morning, and I just wanted to get a few more of the basics that I really liked last time, that I think I showed in my last vlog, because they're really nice quality, they washed well, and they're just so affordable. And I also needed to get like a few other like little bits and pieces. So firstly, these are the H&M trousers that I showed in my H&M haul, the like linen blend ones. I picked these up in a size small because the extra small was just a little bit, well, they weren't tight, but I just felt like I wanted them to be like really loose to give that kind of very relaxed look to them and just feel ultra comfortable. So I picked up the small and returned the extra small, so that's just in that bag. What is it, Rox? Apologies, just had to let Rocky out, one of my chihuahuas. He needed to go to the loo. So yeah, sorry, that's done. And sorry about the state of my hair. So I'm in that awful in-between stage of needing my hair redone, which is happening in 3 days time, but all my tapes have like grown out, like you can see them, and there's just nothing much I can do with my hair at the moment. So yeah, I'm really sorry about that. It looks a state, but I am having a flat track weft fitted on Saturday, so as I say, I will take you along for that, and I'm super excited about it. So yeah, love fresh hair and like a fresh like colour and everything. So also in this bag, I also picked up this top from H&M, which, if you saw my H&M video, I showed this top in white, like my H&M haul. I'll link some of my fashion recent ones down in the description box for you guys if you want to check them out. But yeah, I got the white and it was just a little bit on the tight side, so I picked it up again in a size small rather than an extra small, and it's from the Divided range. It's really affordable, like £12.99 I think, and it's just such a pretty like summer top. It's so floaty. The size small is slightly large, very slightly large, but it's like fine that you can't see anything in terms of like if I bend over and stuff, unless, well, if I lost weight I might need to pop a little something under it. I'm not sure, maybe like some nipple flowers or something like that, maybe, I'm not sure. But at the moment anyway, it's absolutely perfect, and I loved this green colour. It's like a really light pastel green, which is lovely for like Easter and spring. So, and I love the embroidered flowers and stuff on it. So unfortunately they didn't have the white in the size small, they just had the green, so I thought I'd take a punt on the green. I'm really glad I did because it's also a bit different. So yeah, got that. So that was from H&M. in Birmingham. But yeah, sorry, let's go on to the Primark stuff. So I got this one, which was £4.50, and it is a super soft Pontel top, and on the top here you can see that it's lined with almost like a little inbuilt bra. And I think I mentioned before, they do this in the Skims tops. It's really nice. It gives you kind of a little light support, and obviously because it's like lined up there, you can't see anything, so you don't need to wear a bra with it, so they're just so super comfy. These would be really nice night wear as well as like basics to wear day to day. They're in this really lovely Pontel fabric, as I say, which is so soft. And I got mine in extra small, and it fits like really perfectly. Little basic soft top, really good price. And then I picked up this one. So I'd already got this one in the beige colour. These ones are £3.50. They're like little cropped bralettes, but you can definitely wear them as basics with high-waisted trousers and things, or again as sleepwear. They're only £3.50. I get mine in extra small. They're really soft, really nice, and they've got that, sorry, the dogs are playing. They've got that lining in there, which again means that you can't, come here then. They're not see-through, so perfect little basic. And I mentioned in my last vlog, I think, that I really wanted to pick up the white, and luckily they had loads of the white, but they were in the pyjama section of Primark. So if you can't see these in your local store, definitely check out the pyjama section, because they might be in there. What's wrong? Come here. So yes, I got 2 of the white because I absolutely love the way that the beige fit. So I've got 2 of those, and then this is the one that I've got previously in the beige colour, so I just picked up another one of those because it's just such a lovely neutral basic top to wear under like a cardigan, a jumper, even like for the gym with leggings, sleepwear. And then because I love these so much, I got one more colour, which was this beautiful kind of mint green. And I really love, like, certain shades of green don't suit me at all, but there are certain shades that I feel are quite complementary, and this is one of them. This kind of like minty green, which is really sweet. So yeah, just the same top again in the green. I don't know what is wrong with the dog. If you have chihuahuas, you will probably know that they do this kind of little whine thing, and you just don't know what they want. You can give them food, let them out, give them a cuddle, give them a blanket, and they still do it. Come here, come here. He's just running about like an absolute lunatic. I don't know what he wants. So yeah, he's literally just been out to the loo, so it's not that. And then finally I got it in the black. So sorry, I did actually get one more colour. So how many of these did I get? So I got black, green, beige, and 2 white. So I've actually got 5, and then the Pontel one that I showed you. And then I also got another one of these tops. So last time I went to Primark, I picked this up in like the slightly lighter brown colour, but they're just a very kind of skim style tank top in that slinky fabric. They do all different colours. They're really nice, perfect basics, not see-through, so soft against the skin. Again, I got an XS and they are only £4.50, and I love this like really deep like chocolatey brown. I think they're trying to do like a range of like skin tone colours, so this would obviously suit if you had like a deep brown skin, but I think it's just a nice colour anyway. I mean, they are just cheap little tops, but I've already washed like the ones that I got before because I've worn them and they've washed fine, so I think they're definitely fine for at least, you know, a year or so, I'm sure. But yeah, really cute little basics. They have so many basics in Primark, and you just really can't beat the prices, I don't think. And they seem to be okay quality as well. And then just finally, I don't think you can get these at a better price anywhere else, but it's the wooden hangers. So I use these in my wardrobe, and they're just wooden hangers, but they're like a nice white, so they make everything look really nice and uniform. And they're £3 for 5, which I just think is such a bargain. So I got 2 packs of those because I needed some extra ones. And yeah, they're just absolutely fabulous for like heavier knits, cardigans, t-shirts. They add lovely structure. They look really nice in the wardrobe. So definitely recommend checking those out. And they do have other colours in Primark, so if you more wanted like a wood tone, they have different coloured woods and things on the hangers. But yeah, I really enjoy these. Okay, so next up, Selfridges. Now I really basically have been trying to be without my UGG slippers for quite a while because
mine had like, I'd worn them, I wear them, like I work from home the majority of the time and I literally wear them into the ground. So I wear them 365 days a year, 24 hours a day. Do you know what I mean? Like not 24 hours a day, but you get the gist. So they get worn into the ground. So I generally replace them every year. However, this year I didn't. I've been trying to make do with like flip-flops, and I was wearing like my Birkenstocks, like fluffy ones, for a while, but then I ruined those by dropping a candle on them. Long story short. And yeah, so essentially I was like, I'm just going to bite the bullet and just going to get my Ugg slippers again, because I know that they last a whole year at least, like wearing them every single day. They are so comfortable. You can even wear them in the summer because sheepskin is actually like thermoregulating, so it doesn't keep your feet too hot. So yeah, basically I couldn't find them online, and Selfridges actually had them, so I thought I'm just going to bite the bullet and just get them, because there's nothing like them in my opinion. Comfiest slippers, they look gorgeous, they last for a long time, as I said, and they just, yeah, there's nothing like them. So I got these and they came boxed as usual, and like that. I've already unboxed them because they're on my feet, so I'll show you in a second. Now they were £100, so they're an investment shoe, but I feel like in a year I'd get through probably maybe 5 slippers and I'd have to then go and find the slippers and buy the slippers, and at least, you know, it's just it ends up being a false economy when I don't have these. But there is nothing like a fresh pair of Ugg slippers, because by the time that they need replacing, like they're literally threadbare and they've worn down. So these are just gorgeous. They've still got their beautiful fluffiness. I just got the standard chestnut colour. They have Ugg on the side, and yeah, they're just the comfiest things. I think they run true to size. I'm obsessed with them, to be honest. I've had them for years and years and years. Sometimes they last 2 years, but most often I replace them yearly. But if you want to treat yourself, or if you're thinking ahead now, like maybe a Christmas gift or a birthday gift, these are not only a great gift to ask for to receive, but also a wonderful gift to give, because they keep your feet so cozy in the winter months. They're so comfortable to wear, but as I say, you can still wear them in the warmer months, because the sheepskin, as long as you wear them without socks, is actually thermoregulating. I mean, I don't tend to wear them in like the height of summer in the UK when we have like a heat wave. I'll tend to wear like nothing on my feet, but that doesn't happen very often in the UK. So yeah, that's enough about those. But yeah, I definitely rate them very highly and recommend them. So that's everything I got in my little like shopping trip to Birmingham. So I'm going to carry on with the rest of my day, get on with my work and everything, and I probably will check in with you now when it's either something else to show you, as in like something that we're doing, or it'll be Bicester Village. So you'll soon see in this vlog, but I'll see you soon. Morning and welcome to the Bicester Village vlog, part of the vlog. Just before we go, I wanted to show you my outfit of the day. I'm going very casual. Usually I dress up for Bicester Village, but we thought we'd go super casual and cozy because it's normally freezing there. So just very, very quickly, I have got these leggings on, which are from Amazon. They are the Lululemon dupe leggings, and they are unreal. They are so, so soft and comfy, and they are like pretty flared. And then I've got my Ugg Tasmans on with the mini platform. And then my Anina Bing sweatshirt, which is nice and oversized. And then underneath I've just got a basic black top from Tala. So, and then wear my big oversized leather jacket from Sisters and Seekers, just so we stay nice and cozy. And we've also got a little monkeys coming with us because Bicester's dog friendly. And Simon's even put Rocky in his little Gucci sweatshirt.
Come on, Gucci.
Hello, gorgeous. You're wearing more designer than me. And then Simon.
No, this is my normal outfit.
His uniform, which is very nice. He's got his black M&S jeans.
Hairy.
Beige trainers, Arctic jacket, and All Saints. Oh, you look very lovely.
Yeah, very lovely, darling.
So I'll see you soon. On our way, are you excited?
So excited.
Love shopping, don't you? I want to show you the little munchkins. Look how cute they are. In their lovely little bed snuggled up. She doesn't look too impressed actually. I completely forgot forgot as well to show you my hair. So yesterday I went and had the Express Flat Track wefts done at the extensionist that I usually go to. We use the Goo Goo hair extensions and the actual look is so nice. I feel like the look of the extensions is nicer than tapes because it's all one kind of piece. Like she's put two pieces in, so she's put one at the top of my head here, there's one braid here, I don't know if you can just see that, and then there's another braid further down. I have got like a separate little video on my channel about it, which will either be coming or have gone on already because it was for the brand. But the hair feels really nice and soft, and because it's all like one layer, it feels much like thicker and more luxurious and more natural. So I really like that. Also, we didn't need to add any colour to the hair because the extensions kind of like take over your hair a bit, so there's lots of like nice lighter tones in those. So didn't need to add any other colour to my hair, which meant that I'm preserving the like integrity of my hair structure and stuff by not adding more bleach and stuff, which is good. The whole appointment took like an hour, which was amazing because usually like it takes longer. I mean, tapes are pretty quick, but it's a good way if you don't want to be sitting for like 3-4 hours having hair extensions done with little beads. So yeah, I really like it so far. I can't put my hair up for about 2 to 3 days just because it's very tight at the moment. And the other thing to be aware of is I do have like quite a bad headache. I didn't feel it so much last night, but you can feel the braid. So if you run your hand over your head, you can actually feel the braid, which you can't do with tapes. They feel completely flat against the head. So if someone was like stroking your head, they'd be like, oh, what's that? And it is, so you can feel there's an extension there. So that's just something to be aware of. And also, as I say, because I feel like it's pulling, like there's tension where the braid is here, more here rather than at the bottom. That one's fine. It's kind of done in like a U shape. I feel like it's pulling on my head a bit at the moment, and that's causing tension in my forehead, unless it's just a coincidence and I happen to have kind of a headache at the moment. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm hoping that settles down in the next couple of days, but I will keep you updated if you were thinking about having this kind of weave method. Yeah, there's a couple of things I'm not sure about how it's going to look tying my hair up, and obviously whether the tension kind of settles off, because at the moment I think it looks better, but it's much more uncomfortable than tapes, if that makes sense. But tapes do start to look awful once they start to grow out. You can really see them. So yeah, we'll see. Anyway, just thought I'd fill you in on that while we're on the way to Bicester. Love it. Maybe people think it's automatically not open, or maybe it's because we're here on time, like maybe, as it's opened.
There's quite a few down here.
Yeah. Arrived, and it took less than an hour, didn't it?
Yeah.
57 minutes or 55. Hi my loves, it's the following day, and I can't wait to show you like a couple of bits I got yesterday at Bicester Village. I am going to pop in some, actually let me just pop you down. I am going to pop in some clips that I actually took on my phone while we were at Bicester, just because it was just a little bit awkward to film there and film there, sorry. And people have said this before when I've watched other people's vlogs, like the security guards literally follow you around like if you have your camera out or anything. So it just feels very awkward to film. So yes, I won't, I don't have any sort of footage off my camera, but I do have some off my phone, which I'll insert and I'll talk to you about it in more detail. But we're just about to pop out to the garden centre. That's better. I've gone for no makeup today because we went to the gym this morning, so I didn't want to like put makeup and stuff on, but we're just popping out, as I say, to the garden centre. So I've just popped a little bit of blush on my cheeks. It's just the Westman Atelier cream blush, sorry, in the shade, oh, Pop It, yes, Pop It. And then I wanted to show you a new lip combo that I've been doing because I really like it. So it's the Refi Lip Blur, and this is in the shade Umber, and I've literally just overlined my lips with it and then just shaded in the corners. So really simple, just shading in the corners like this. When I get back from the garden centre, I'm going to show you the bits I got from Bicester and yeah, the Easter eggs and everything we had yesterday, which was such a lovely day. And I'll talk to you a little bit about the discounts in Bicester Village that were on if you are thinking of going, because I've obviously got some footage and stuff, but I can talk to you in quite a lot of details. We went in pretty much all the shops. There we go. So that's just slightly overlined. It's a lovely kind of rich brown, and what it pairs really nicely with this, and I think this is called like a latte lip makeup look, is this from Tarte Cosmetics. It's the Maracuja. I don't think I'm saying that right, but it's the Juicy Lip Plump. And this one is in the shade Rose Mauve, and it's the Shimmer Glass range, and it's very, very shimmery, like you can see there. And this paired with this lip liner just gives a lovely kind of, yeah, that latte lip look that's sort of trending, which I think is really, really nice. So yeah, what I would say if you're going to Bicester on Easter Sunday is, this is for next year, and I don't know if it'll be the same, but I think it is, but we didn't know this before we went, but due to Sunday trading hours, they aren't able to open some of the stores. So for example, Dior was shut, Gucci was shut, trying to think, the big Burberry was shut, although they did have like a smaller Burberry open. So quite a lot of the big designers were actually closed, but a lot of the smaller shops were open. I think it's just Prada, Dior, Gucci, off the top of my head, were closed, but the rest were open. So if you were going for those stores, I would definitely ring concierge and ask before you go, just because of the whole Sunday trading hour thing, and that's what we were told anyway. But we weren't told that before we went, and we actually rang concierge before we went to check if they were open, and no one mentioned that it would only be like some of the stores, not like the big ones. And I really had my eye on some Dior sandals, which I know are in Bicester at the moment for £372, which I know is so ridiculously expensive, but I'll pop on screen the ones that I mean. And if you buy them from Dior at the moment, they're 680, slightly different style, but they're literally half price in Bicester, and I've wanted them for a really long time. So it was a little bit of a shame, but probably a blessing in disguise. I didn't end up spending the money. So yeah, that's just something to bear in mind. But otherwise, oh my gosh, it was so lovely, so quiet. Like you could walk around, not feel like rush because there's so many people there or overwhelmed. We took the dogs with us and they really enjoyed it, and they weren't stressed because, as I say, there weren't many people, many dogs. The shops were really quiet. We didn't have to wait in a single queue, like even to pay or anything. There was not a single queue. You could get help really easily if you needed it, and the restaurants and everything, there was plenty of seating if you planned to eat there. We just grabbed something from Pret on the way home because we were just conscious of getting back because the dogs had been out for like 3 hours. But the other reason why I didn't get much footage is because I had the most horrendous sinusitis. So it came on in the morning and it just didn't shift until late evening, and it was over my left eye, and it was so painful that I found it difficult to like concentrate. Like on the way home in the car, like I felt like I was going to be sick. When we got home, I had to lie down in a dark room, so it was really bad. But thankfully it has actually shifted today, so fingers crossed that is over with. But yeah, that was another reason like I didn't kind of want to push it when it came to like vlogging and stuff. I didn't catch up with you when we got home yesterday, which I normally would. But we did end up having a roast dinner, which was lovely for Easter Sunday, and which I would have liked to have shown you, but again, it wasn't very well, so bless him, Simon was muddling through doing it himself more or less. And then had our Easter eggs and things, and just finished off watching some Stranger Things. Oh yeah, so yeah, we'll pop into the shop now, and then when we're back I will show you, as I say, what I did get from Bicester and fill you in a little bit more on. Hi guys, so we are back from the garden centre, and I've been so looking forward to catching up with you, actually, like properly, just sitting down and catching up with everything that's happened over the Easter weekend. So firstly, I really hope you've all had a lovely break over the bank holiday weekend. If you're in the UK, do you have a bank holiday in the US or in your country? Do let me know. But anyway, I hope you've had a lovely weekend. And yes, basically Bicester Village yesterday, just going back to then, I wasn't very well all day, which I obviously touched on. I had like severe sinusitis, which I am prone to, but I haven't had it that bad in such a long time. So yeah, it did put a bit of a dampener on the day, and obviously like a couple of the shops, as I mentioned, like weren't there that I would usually want to go into, but otherwise we did have a lovely time. It was so quiet, and just a lovely experience. I would recommend actually going then if you're not too bothered about going into like the Dior, Gucci, Prada and that sort of thing, and want like a nice sort of more laid back sort of day, I suppose. So that was lovely. And yeah, today we popped to the garden centre this afternoon. We went to the gym this morning, then we had like some lunch and some more Easter egg, and then went to the garden centre just because we kind of wanted to prolong the bank holiday in a way. Like we had to pop to the supermarket anyway and get a couple of bits, so I just stayed in the car with the dogs, or Simon popped in there. But yeah, we just popped to this local garden centre to just have a little mooch around. We ended up getting a couple of cakes, which I'll show you in a second. But to be honest, it was quite stressful because Honey, one of my chihuahuas, if you are new here, she is terrified of other dogs, and to an extreme. Like she will just go, she's not vicious or anything, but she'll bark and bark and bark, and she's so scared, and I hate stressing her out. So sometimes, like Bicester was absolutely fine yesterday because we had the pram, like there weren't hardly any dogs around, like it was really quiet. But in the garden centre today, there were a lot of dogs, a lot of people there, and sometimes she's like reasonably okay, but today she just had one on her, and it was, yeah, quite hard to keep her kind of settled. And yeah, anyway, but this all started many years ago when she was chased as a puppy by a much bigger dog, and she literally ran all the way home. It was probably about a quarter of a mile on her own as a puppy because she got chased by this big dog. She came off her lead. Then she came out of harness, that was it. She came out of harness and just ran all the way home, and ever since then she's been terrified. And the thing is with Honey, this is when I basically got the Julius K9 harnesses, to cut a long story short, because these harnesses the dogs just can't get out of, and it is so important if you have like dogs, little dogs that, you know, dogs that pull and stuff like that, because they're very, very secure and they're very good harnesses. But yeah, they can't get out of them. I don't know how she got home safely. There were roads and everything. It's just, yeah, it was an absolute miracle. But she's a bit of a miracle dog. And yeah, ever since then she just has like an extreme anxiety reaction to other dogs. Now, when we take Rocky out on his own, the other chihuahua, he doesn't bother at all with other dogs, but when they're together, he goes just as nuts as she does, which is very strange behaviour. I don't know what to do about it, whether to take it to kind of a pet behaviouralist or training or something like that. But if you've been here a while, you'll know that Honey has been pretty poorly for the last couple of years. With like cancer, and so I just don't really want to put her through anything that's not necessary when I can control the environments that she goes into. So yeah, just a little update on that one, but I thought I would share. But anyway, as I say, I hope you're all doing really well, keeping hydrated, because the weather has picked up again. The sunshine is out, which is so lovely. Let's have a sip. This Stanley Cup makes me so happy. I don't know what it is. It's the colour. Yeah, it's lovely. So the first thing, I'll insert a little video clip of some footage I got on my phone, but I have been thinking about going to Astrid and Miyu to get a welded bracelet for quite a long time, and I've probably mentioned it on a vlog or two, but yeah, I've really, really wanted to, so I managed to actually do that. And if you've not been before or not heard of it before, basically you book an appointment, and then in your appointment you will choose the like bracelet that you want. They've got options ranging from, I think she said £90 to £175, depending on the metal you go for and like the type of chain and things. And then you get to choose your charm, and a certain number of the sort of chains you can put a certain number of charms on. The majority of the chains can accommodate 3 charms. So I went for this, it's 9 karat gold, and it's like a very delicate chain. This wasn't the thinnest one that they did, and I think this was like the 4th fattest, if that makes sense. So they had some which were a lot more dainty, so basically I chose this one, which was, I suppose it's like a little bit more of something there, but still dainty and delicate, which is what I wanted, and elegant. So it's completely welded. So you choose your bracelet and then you choose your charms. They then cut it to size as you want it, and then they literally weld it together. It's just, yeah, it's just so special and so nice. And I wanted to do it in time for the anniversary of our dog that passed away 18th of May last year. So I've got her initial and also a dove and doves are very meaningful for me with a lot of my tattoos and things. That's actually a swallow, but yeah, so I've got just see in there a bee and a dove as well. So on the 9 karat gold, those are 9 karat gold as well. And if you were interested, the letter charms are 35, and then the charms like that have something on them, so I think they had like a dove, which they said was a Nude charm, and they also had a heart and a few other things like pave hearts, like hearts with like gemstones in. They're 45. So the whole bracelet like this with the welding was 210. So it is not a cheap thing. It's like a very, well, to me anyway, it's a very kind of special luxury sentimental thing as well, which I wanted to have done for this reason. So this is always welded on my wrist. Now if I have to have an MRI scan or something, which is, it's not likely, but I will likely have one at least every couple of years, then they will need to, I will need to cut this and they will need to re-weld it. But in the first year, she said they'll do that for free. So, and if you lose it in the first month, i.e. it falls off, because obviously it is welded, they'll replace it for free as well. So I thought it was a lovely process. It was very, very special and it felt lovely, and I'm absolutely in love with the bracelet. So yeah, just wanted to talk to you about that because that was probably like the most special part of the whole day, and I absolutely love it. I can't stop looking at it. They have silver and stuff as well, if that's more your vibe and things. I think it's just in the UK, and I did have a look at where the stores were in case I needed to like go back for any reason. So there's obviously one in Bicester Village. They have loads in London. There's one in Cardiff, one in Bristol, and I think there was Scotland. So they're dotted around the country. I think Leeds. I don't think there's one in Birmingham, which would probably be like the closest for me, but yes, if I did want to go back, it would probably be Bicester, I suppose. But yeah, I think they're becoming more and more like famous, and so they'll have more and more franchises, I imagine. So next up then, if you've seen my content for a while, you'll know that one of my most used bag ever, literally the cost per wear at this point is literally nothing, is this bag. This is my Longchamp Le Pliage bag in the green colour. I've had this for I think 2 years now, and I use it pretty much every single day. So it fits a laptop, so it's an ideal work bag. I use it as an everyday bag for shopping. I use it as a gym bag sometimes. I use it for like taking my vintage parcels and errands and stuff like that. What else do I use it for? Literally anything and everything. Like I often just have like a little handbag on me with my basics in, and then I'll take this with like my medication I need to have on the go, bottle of water and stuff like that. So it's actually holding up really, really well. And apparently Longchamp do like one repair throughout the lifetime of your bag. I've not used that service yet, but you can just see the corners here are just starting to like go very, very slightly. Like it's nothing much, but I literally just, when I first had this, I was very precious about it, but now I just like chuck it around everywhere and it just comes everywhere with me. So it's become like, yeah, as I say, like my most used bag. But they are real leather on the top here and on the handles. They're really nice and strong. There's lots of different like sizes and styles, so I'll link the exact one. But I wanted to get another one in a different colour because firstly to mean that I can use the two of them so this one isn't getting so worn. And also because I saw someone with this particular colour that I've bought on an airplane, and I was like, this was like 2 years ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that colour. It's so beautiful. So in Bicester they have Longchamp, and I knew exactly what I wanted when I went in there. They have loads of stuff in there, but just one thing to bear in mind if you are thinking about buying this bag, they're not on sale in Longchamp in Bicester. Like the one, my green one wasn't on sale, which I actually got from Bicester Village as well. This one wasn't on sale, so they are £120 for the large size, and they also have the other sizes in there, but like the popular Longchamp bags, they aren't on sale, so just bear that in mind. But they do have lots of other Longchamp bags that are like outlet prices. Okay, let's show you. It's exciting. So this is how they kind of fold up, really, really cute and small. So the other thing, great thing about these is if you're traveling, sometimes I do this actually. So if I've like going on a business trip, sometimes I go to Cardiff and stuff for work, is I'll put this in my, if I'm not using it as like my sort of hand luggage bag, I'll put it in my suitcase, because then I've got an extra bag to take stuff home with if I need to. But they fold up really small, like it's in the name, le pliage, which just means fold in French, I believe. So yeah, we'll open this up together in a second. So this is what it's like up close. So you've got the leather detailing with the horse and the jockey, and then the gold detail with the button. And then you've got the nice long handle. This is the perfect size for fitting over your shoulder, even if you've got like a big coat on, which is great. Let's open her up. This navy is just, it is just honestly so gorgeous. The navy with like the tan of the leather and then the gold is just such a beautiful combination. So yeah, this is her opened up. And then inside, what I love about these as well is that they're zippable. So a lot of like tote style bags are actually open and don't have a zip. But these are zippable, which means that obviously it's just more secure for your belongings, particularly if you're like commuting or traveling. This is the zipper on here, so it's just again got that detail on there with the Longchamp branding. And then inside, you can actually get organisers for these from like places like Amazon. If I can find one, I'll link one. But you can basically get organisers for them so that you can sort things out in your bag if you want to. But I like the fact it's kind of like a chuck it all in tote, and I don't really think about it. I just chuck whatever I need in and use it. But yeah, just looking inside this, actually this is the first time I've opened it. We were at Bicester yesterday. This is kind of upgraded from my green one, because I'll show you in a second, but I don't know if you can just see, but there's a nice sort of like thick lining in here. It actually feels thicker and slightly better quality than the one I had before. Yeah, lovely actually. And then on these bags you have, I think this has got, oh no, I was going to say I thought it had one more pocket, but it doesn't. So you have the large pocket here. On the other side you've got a smaller pocket. So I tend to use like this smaller pocket for things like a card if I need one, if I'm taking this solo and I'm not using a smaller handbag or something like that. And then this one would be like for my phone, any bits of medication, my AirPods, stuff like that. And then you've just got the big sort of tavern, which is the bag. It's just such a lovely, like, I think kind of once you have one of these, you'll realise it's the bag like you never knew you needed, if you know what I mean. Like it's so basic, but it's just so nice, and a great work bag, so I love it. So yeah, this is my old and this is my new. But yeah, inside this green one, like it's still really good quality, the lining and everything, because essentially it is just a, what is like a fabric bag. So for £120 it is quite a lot, but having used that for the last 2 years every single day pretty much, I can attest to its kind of longevity. Yeah. But yeah, I love the colour. Go with so many neutral outfits. I was like toying yesterday, even though I knew I wanted the navy. I was like, oh, shall I get the black? Because obviously it's going to go with so much. And they also had beige and they also had pink. But one day, let's go with the one that I wanted first. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing that with like my little review of the Le Pliage bag. Let's go downstairs and look at some sweet treats. Oh, also Simon got a t-shirt from Gymshark, because there's now a Gymshark outlet in Bicester Village, but he's already worn it to the gym today and it's in the wash, so I can't show you that unfortunately unless it's out drying. It's a really nice, it was only £11 for a Gymshark t-shirt, so they had really good discounts in there. It was so busy in Gymshark actually. It's one of the most popular shops. I can't believe I forgot to actually just touch up and do an update on my hair, and I'll just show you if I can see you here. You can just see it better there now where it's kind of sewn in. But these ones from Goo Goo Hair, the weft is apparently slightly thicker than my hairdresser would normally use with the extensions that they order. So she said if you do like the weave instead of the tapes and you want to go forward and you want to change up the hair, then we can look at ordering you some of their hair, and that will have an even thinner weft, which will be even more comfortable. But yeah, it has been a little bit awkward to sleep on. I've kind of like been aware it's there, and it sort of felt like it was pulling a little bit more than my tapes, which I've had for many years now. But other than that, everything is okay. But I will keep you updated, because obviously I want to make sure that if you were thinking about having a weave and stuff, that you kind of know the good and the bad. because I know that these extensions were gifted, but it's the hair and everything feels nice, but the actual method is something that's very, very new to me. And obviously we can see how long the hair lasts, but the tape-in hair lasted really, really nicely, so I've got no complaints. But I also found today, I mean, you're not supposed to put your hair up in a ponytail for like 48 hours just to let it grow out slightly, but putting it up in a clip like that I thought it looked quite nice, and you couldn't really see anything. And then if I put it like, because it's on an angle, so if I put my hair up like this, as long as I get the angle right, I should be able to put it up fine and everything. So yeah, I am happy with it so far, but it's kind of one of those, let's just keep going with it and see how we go things. Okay, let's go. Okay, it's gone really, really dark down here.
Have you seen the sky outside? It's like...
Well, it's gone really dark. It was like really, really sunny a minute ago. Like we had all the windows open in the car, and now it's...
I just about to go out the garden as well. But...
it looks, you can just see, oh my gosh.
like really, isn't it? Really dark, and probably have a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I got this, which is the Kit Kat salted caramel from the supermarket, and it's like with just normal Kit Kat, but it's actually got a thin layer of salted caramel in, which is so lovely because you can actually taste the salt in it, which often you can't in, like, I find in salted caramel, but that is delicious. And I haven't tried it yet, but I picked up the hazelnut one, and then from the garden centre. So we've got the red velvet and a carrot cake, which just look absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. They look so, so moist, and they've got that like cream cheese frosting on it, and that one's got like, is it like walnuts and stuff on it as well? So yes, very excited about those. I've had some chicken that Simon had in a bowl downstairs, so he now loves me because I smell of chicken. But yes, I thought I'd close off the vlog just by going through a couple of the discounts in case you are looking to go to Bicester Village. And as I say, I'll insert some footage from my phone anyway. But there were some really, really good discounts. So I spotted a really beautiful hat in Max Mara, a bucket hat, which was reduced from I think £420 to £60. And the only thing is it was red. And it had like Max Mara on the side, like in gold detailing. It was so, so nice. But I just thought, how much use am I going to have out of a red bucket hat? Because my wardrobe is mostly neutral with some splashes of pink. So I feel like, yeah, it just wouldn't really work. But that was a good find. And generally, if you're looking for a Max Mara teddy coat, there are £1,000 in there, which is still like, whew, you know, like ridiculous. But one day, I don't know when, I would really love to go there and get a Max Mara teddy coat, because I've wanted one for years and I've tried them on like many times, and I just, yeah, they're just the most beautiful, amazing teddy coats. So I'll pop a picture of me and show you one here. Actually, I popped one on in store. You can just see, you can't really see it, I'll put it on screen properly. The thing is with them, they look really oversized. They're not like they're not going to make you look shapely or anything like that. And even Simon's like, oh my gosh, it looks ridiculous on you. It's like swamping you, but it's kind of like the point. It's, you know, it's so oversized and snuggly and cozy and warm. But yeah, they're normally 3,000 and they're 1,000 in Bicester. So they had quite a few of those, and they had different colours as well. And they also had the shorter ones as well as the longer ones. Just looking back over my phone, Fendi had some really good discounts, around 50% off the bags. I mean, I saw this gorgeous bag which was like a tote, but yeah, really good price for a bag from Fendi. They had this beautiful little pink, so they had this pink bag. No, sorry, that Fendi bag was 1,595, but original was 2,450, so it was 1,000 off. And then they had this pink bag, which I'll show you, which was reduced to 1,010, but I think they had an extra 10% off that, so it would have been 900, and it was originally 1,550, so it's like 600 off. David Clulo sunglasses, I wouldn't bother. The prices in there were similar to Selfridges prices, like basically full price. So yeah, I would probably leave that one. Didn't see any really nice sunglasses in there that I couldn't buy online. I did try some on. So I tried on these ones, which were Miu Miu ones, which I quite like the oversized shape, but they were the same price as, I say, Selfridges. The Chloe had some amazing discounts, so they had some beautiful espadrilles in exactly the same fabric as my Chloe trainers. And yeah, that you know about those trainers if you've been here a while, again, because they really hurt my feet, but they're the most beautiful trainers. It's kind of like a lace design. So they had the lace espadrilles reduced to £300, I think, and if you bought 2 items it was an additional 15% off. Those espadrilles are normally like £5.50, so it was like they were almost half price. And they also had some other designs of espadrilles. The things like the Chloe Woody totes and the Chloe Woody sandals in the traditional colours were full price, so you didn't get any discount on those. But the slightly alternative colours, which some of which I actually prefer, they had discount off those. So this bag I took a picture of, it was actually £857, reduced from £1,290. It was a small Chloe Woody tote in the pink leather. You'll see it better on when I put it on screen. Beautiful bag, buttery soft leather. I actually prefer it when it's like a Chloe bag with the braiding, but it's not contrasting colours, so I feel like it looks more classy like that, more sort of like not as shouty as the original Woody totes, which I have one of those and I actually tend not to reach for it because I feel like it is so kind of in your face. And then yeah, I didn't take any other pictures really. I think what else, where else did we go that was good? Lots of the shops, to be honest with you guys, had really, really good discounts. I don't really know much about brands like Bottega Veneta, Aquazzura, places like that, because I just don't really buy like heels and stuff. But a lot of people said those were very, very good. And YSL, Saint Laurent, they had really big discounts in there as well, like hundreds of pounds off. Like YSL shoes for like £250, reduced from like £600. So yeah, they had massive discounts. So I would definitely recommend a trip if like you're planning like a weekend away, or you live locally, or you know it's not too far from you or something, because there was lots of deals to be had and it was just a nice vibe, nice and quiet. I think that if you go in the weekday or like Easter Sunday like we did, I think it's quite good. But I would have loved to look in Dior because, as I say, they have some amazing deals in there by all accounts being TikTok. But if you are planning to go and you want to sort of have a look over what's in, I would recommend probably looking on somewhere like TikTok or Instagram, because people do tend to film. I don't know how they do it. They're a lot braver than me, but they manage to film quite a lot and get like the prices and stuff and show you actually what's in. So yeah, I would definitely check out their content. Like just type in Bicester Village and like loads will come up because yeah, you'll be able to see kind of what's in before you go. But it's always a bit of a lottery with these outlets, isn't it? If you're in the market for a little browse, I would definitely recommend. It's just a nice day out anyway, and I love the fact you can take the dogs, and the dogs just don't seem stressed there, and it's, yeah, maybe they love shopping like their mum, I don't know. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I've really enjoyed making this vlog, and yeah, I can't wait to get it up for you guys. I hope you're all really well. Let me know how you are in the comments. Take care, guys.